we're back here at the Van Hook Arm Classic. We're in the water now, just kind of waiting for our takeoff for second flight today, boat 108. Sitting with me is my partner and father, my dad, Jim Peluso, the guy that obviously taught me everything I know in the fishing world. And Dad, what do you think about this whole situation that we're staring at right now?
Well, I probably didn't teach you enough, because this to me looks like chaos. Although I fished in a few tournaments, and this is probably as well a run spectacle as I've seen. I mean, they got everybody's boat checked and in the water. You know, we didn't sit in line for more than 3 minutes.
Kind of nice to know that for tomorrow we'll be able to maybe sleep in just a little bit. Or actually, we're first flight tomorrow, so we'll have to get rolling a little bit early. But anyway, what do you think as far as what you saw? You know, you're in the boat all week with me, or the last 2 days. What are you seeing as far as the bite goes right now?
Well, for us, it's obviously been tough. We put a 30-incher in the boat, but you know, probably a day early. You know, I think there's guys that are on fish, obviously. I think maybe the storm last night is going to shake things up a little bit. You know, I guess, like I've always told you and we've talked about, let's just go fishing.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, for those of you that don't know, last night, probably about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, somewhere in that ballpark, it really started to rain, thunder, lightning, a little bit of hail. We had a mix of just about everything. I guess there were some tornado warnings to the north of us. But, you know, a lot of times, and this is probably my 200-plus tournament that I fished in my lifetime, you know, and I've been a part of many of them that have had storms roll through before and during and what have you. It's interesting. Some systems, it really affects them. Some systems, it doesn't. I think it affects the fishermen a lot of times more than it does the actual fish. But, you know, there will be a change. There will be some things that are going to take place out here today, whether the water's a little bit warmer, whether the wind switches. You know, there's just a lot of elements that go into this. You know, and you also got to remember that there's 125 boats plus just people coming out to fish today, and it's a weekend, and it's going to be busy. It's going to be interesting to see where everybody goes and what everybody's doing. But, you know, as we sit here and look out here, it is pretty incredible, and I want to get your take on it, but you're staring out at literally millions of dollars out in front of us, which just absolutely is incredible to me.
Well, there we go. That it blows me away every time I see a boat back down to the boat ramp. I kind of add it up in my head, and you know, it's the industry's come a long way since 1975 when I started fishing. You know, the Missouri River system. 50 horse Merc on a Mr. Pike was kind of a coveted rig to have. That thing would get buried out here right now. There's Rangers, there's Yarcrafts, there's, I mean, every imaginable boat you could conceive, and you know what? None of them are cheap either.
Yeah, I would like to put an actual dollar figure on it, but you know, you look at it, you know, it's growing. You're exactly correct. I mean, I look back when I first started, even, you know, we were using 16-foot tiller boats with, you know, 60 horse Mercs on them, and you know, you look at it now, and if you're trying to play the game with anything under a 200, it's pretty incredible. And we're sitting here right now. The first flight's taking off. You might actually hear the roar in the background, and it's a lot of fuel being burnt right now. It's kind of an impressive sight when they blow the horn and let everybody roll. So we're pretty excited. Our turn is next. We'll be blasting off here in about a half an hour. We're going to try and get you live as we go. You're going to hear a little bit of a ruckus when we take off, and we're going to report back every time. Well, hopefully every time we catch a fish, we got to bring it into. They have weigh stations out here positioned on the lake with pontoons. They take your fish, they measure your fish, release the fish. So it's resource friendly. I love these formats. We play a lot in that AIM format tournament system here in North Dakota and Minnesota, and I just think it's incredible what these folks have come up with to protect and make sure that this system doesn't get harmed by tournaments. Tournaments are fun. You know, we all like to do it. It's a competitive thing. It's fun to go out to see what everybody finds and figures out. You know, and again, it's tournaments. They're tough. They're fun. You learn a lot. But again, we're going to go out and give her heck here in about a half hour. We'll report back.
Whoa.